Welcome everybody. Welcome to the Normal Time Government Building. We appreciate you to know the arrival of Normal Time. Normal Time stands for doing stuffs from the late 2010s and the year 2020 for Normal Time version 2, and Normal Time version 1 is doing stuffs from the early 2010s. Two stuffs that were approved for Normal Time version 1 are approved by the government, but some of the stuffs were not approved by the government ever since the next years. Then Normal Time version 2 has brought so many things to ever come. Normal Time version 2 has to approve stuffs that were made in the late 2010s and the year 2020. Any stuffs like that will be approved by the Normal Time government. But stuffs that were later than these years are not approved by Normal Time. Now, let's begin with this past laws that we made. On April 27, 2024, we founded Normal Time and announced the ban of the song I Hate It for the next 5 countries, which is Normal Time's most hated song. Then, we experiencing that the arrival of Normal Time version 1 came on May 22nd, 2024. Then, the other countries have officially banned the song I Hate It. Then on August 2nd in 2024, we created borders between the free zone and safe zone, which stands for every school building. Then, we banned the song I Hate It for the next couple of countries, including 18 US states, 5 Canada provinces, and 2 UK provinces. Now, back in January 5th, 2025, we have banned most hated words that offend Normal Time citizens to bring the arrival of Normal Time version 2. We made this announcement of most hated words ban on November 20th, 2024. After that, we have made laws like cleaning sidewalk so that the shoes are not getting dirty, because people keeps worrying that the shoes ended up getting dirty, that they like wearing shoes in the house with fully clean shoes. So Normal Time government has to clean the sidewalks to remove bacteria in order for them to get clean so that they will not get their shoes dirty at all. Then, we've made the law of banning wearing PE gear during an Apple event. The ban just occurred on the day where they have an iPhone event where they announced the iPhone 17 and the iPhone 17 Pro. Then, we have occurred the ban of the song I Hate It worldwide. We made this announcement on November 3rd, 2025. Then the song I Hate It, most hated song by Normal Time, was banned worldwide on December 31st, 2025 in order for the arrival of Normal Time version 1 worldwide at the beginning of the second quarter of the 21st century. Now, we've seen this laws before. By that time, our changes from the beginning of the 21st century second quarter has made changes of laws. The prison sentence times was $800 for the prison sentence times was 4 months for both versions of Normal Time that criticized the law. It was originally 1 month prison sentence for ruining people's Normal Time version 1 and 3 months prison sentence for ruining people's Normal Time version 2. Instead, we closed together 4 months for both. And we've made weapon changes to our Normal Time guards, where we brought rifles and guns to Normal Time guards. As of that, when they brought them, we have to rename Normal Time guards to Normal Time soldiers. And we have made the laws that we made back in the day. Now, let's talk about our new laws that we're going to make that will affect on May 31st, 2026 this year. But the one law we're showing you later is the one that we're going to ban at the end of this year. So, without further ado, let's begin the Normal Time government law. Now, the new laws that will affect on May 31st this year, please note that Normal Time government is not a game. It's a real existing for people doing stuff that were made in the past. If something that is not made in these years were not approved by Normal Time, whenever they made these new laws, never call these laws silly and funny laws. You know that it's strict laws by Normal Time. Let's begin the rules, by the way. Alright, the first law Number 1, the first law we have officially made. We have to unfortunately ban asking normal time citizens about their weekend. Because normal time citizens say they are being annoyed by their mom and dad when they talk to normal time citizen about their weekend. Every Monday when they drive them to school, they are getting annoyed by people talking about their weekend. So, normal time citizens are being angry and tired of hearing this. Normal time citizens keep complaining that they're getting annoyed by their parents when they talk about their weekend. So, we have to make sure that you're no longer allowed to ask normal time citizens about their weekend starting on May 31st, 2026. The law will enact by normal time whenever you ever do something. So past May 31st, 2026, and now what we've seen that on Monday or Tuesday, where you drive them to school, you will no longer ask them about their weekend at all. The last day of asking normal time citizens about their weekend is May 25th, which is MAVE Day, a public holiday by normal time government. Including May 25th, MAVE Day, we have to ban ruining people's normal time every year on May 25th, because it's a public holiday, MAVE Day, which runs every year on May 25th. Now, we have to be sure that normal time citizens have their perfect life without their mom and dad asking them about their weekend because they're getting annoyed. After May 31st, 2026, they will get their parents, once their parents asked them about their weekend, their answer was did anything, because parents will know that they're not allowed to ask normal time citizens, their children, about their weekend, because the weekend talking about is very annoying for normal time citizens. Now, if they ever caught talking about weekends so much and being frustrated, they will end up getting a ticket. If they ended up repeatedly, if they got 3 tickets, the prison sentence is 4 months. And we also have to change prison paying fines current to $800 all the way to $900, along with the May 31st, 2026 ban occurred of other things we're going to mention to you later in the video. And that's the law of banning asking normal time citizens about their weekend. So remember, don't break the law past May 31st, 2026. Now, let's finish normal time law number 1 that we made. Let's move on to number 2. Under our second law, the normal time government has to ban asking normal time citizens to turn down their volume, because they're being annoyed when normal time citizens that people keep asking their question that they don't want to be asked. Every time every person asks them to turn down the volume, they will get very, very angry. Normal time citizens keep complaining on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and YouTube Shorts, and Snapchat Stories, that they keep complaining that people keep asking them to turn down the volume, because this law will help you make normal time citizens happy. So, starting on May 31st, 2026, you are not allowed to ask normal time citizens to turn down the volume. The last day of asking these questions will be last day in May 30th, 2026. These questions that count as asking normal time citizens to turn down the volume. On this law, you're not allowed to ask normal time citizens, can you please turn it down? Can you please turn down the volume? Can you turn the sound down? Can you please make it quieter? Can you make the sound a little quieter? And can you turn down the volume, please? Because these phrases are being annoyed by normal time citizens. You're not allowed to ask normal time citizens to turn down the volume past May 31st, 2026. The sign will be put in on every houses, every building, and every street to remind them to not make normal time citizens unhappy. So, we have to communicate with normal time citizens and be considerate to a normal time citizen. Whenever they do, they have to officially use their device. When normal time citizens watch something like a phone, a tablet, a computer, and a TV, and a Bluetooth speaker that used on their devices that has volume. Whenever they watch on videos or listen to songs on every devices, they're not allowed to ask normal time citizens to turn down the volume, because this will stand as annoying for normal time citizens. So, the law will enact on May 31st, 2026. If you ever do this during the ban, you will receive a $900 fine payance for breaking the law. If you do this repeatedly, you get a first ticket. If you get a second ticket, you're in danger of breaking the law. If you get 3 tickets, you'll be sentenced to 4 months in normal time prison and will be arrested by normal time soldiers. So, on this law, don't ever ask normal time citizens to turn down the volume, because this will stand as annoyance for normal time citizens. And that's the law of banning asking normal time citizens to turn down the volume. And let's move on to the next law we're going to officially occur, which is very, very popular. So, this is our third normal time government law. On this law, the normal time government unfortunately has to ban removing shoes when entering a house, because this will sign as upsetting normal time citizens every time they see them walking around the house with no shoes on. So, we make this law to keep normal time citizens happy. On this law, we have to make this law by everybody wearing shoes in the house. Because of this, whenever a person enters a house, the sign will show a notice and everyone's houses on the door. And you might notice that the security cameras will be installed on the door front, on the entrance door, because this security camera will make a siren noise whenever it detects removing the shoes. It's not just a local normal time government law alarm like our building. It's going to be a different alarm sound. So, this is how normal time works. This is how this law works. Every time you enter his house and then take off your shoes when entering a house, it will make a siren like this. This siren reminds you that you need to put back on the shoes, and then the normal time citizen will disable the alarm, but you cannot disable the alarm if you have shoes being removed. But you can disable it if you have shoes on. Well, if normal time citizens notice that people enter the house and non-normal time citizens enters the house secretly taking off their shoes, then they walk around the house, then they will be upset when normal time citizens see this. So, we make this law to keep the shoes clean. The government is required to have the sidewalks to be fully cleaned by normal time soldiers, and we require the sole shoe cleaner at the entrance door so that they don't get bad footprints on their homes, and bacteria won't come at all. And here's the second way of how to make normal time citizens happy with this law. In this law, whenever non-normal time citizens enters a house, then normal time citizens will come in and ask them to stay in shoes on when they're entering a house. So, we make this law to keep normal time citizens happy and to communicate with normal time citizens. This law will start enacting on May 31st, 2026, and people need to start wearing shoes in the house on that date. Remember, on that date, never take off your shoes when entering a house, or the sirens will go off at the entrance door, and you will upset normal time citizens whenever you do this. So, the security cameras will be installed on everyone's houses at the beginning of March 25th this year, and will be finished installing by May Day this year on May 25th. And the security cameras will be up running by May 31st at 12 a.m. So, at the beginning of this law, the normal time citizens has to tell non-normal time citizens that they need to start wearing shoes in the house. On that time, you're not allowed to ask normal time citizens to take off their shoes when entering a house, because they will be upset every time they take off their shoes when entering a house. Whenever non-normal time citizens ask them to take their shoes off, they will be refused to take off the shoes, because all they wanted is to have a shoe sole cleaner into the entrance door. Now, we have to make this law to keep normal time citizens happy, because all we've seen is thick carpets and thin floors, so that they don't get the floors very dirty. People keep still walking around the house like they're outside. And whenever you have a bad feet peeling skin, it requires you to wear sandals, not just an annoying Birkenstock thing. So, whenever non-normal time citizens enters a house, they will ask them to stay in shoes on when entering a house, because they like wearing shoes in the house. And the second way happened. Every time a non-normal time citizens take off their shoes when entering a house, the siren will make a noise by the security cameras, and then it reminds people, and then if they forgot to know what it doesn't mean, the normal time citizen has to ask them to put back on the shoes and then disable the alarm. Because this is very, very serious for normal time citizens to communicate with each other. So, the law will start enacting on May 31st, 2026. Now, that's the law we made. This is a law of banning of removing shoes when entering a house. So, starting on May 31st, 2026, you need to start wearing shoes in the house. We don't care about the smell of your feet, we don't care about the bacteria in the shoes, and we don't care about the peeling skin on the foot. And that's the law of banning removing shoes when entering a house. So, that removing shoes when entering a house on that ban is not allowed. Then staying shoes on when entering a house is extremely allowed for normal times law. We make this law to keep normal time citizens happy. If they refuse to put back on the shoes while the sirens is there, after 5 minutes, the sirens of the security cameras will be detected to the normal time government's security siren control area. And if they're not responding for the next 5 minutes, they have to go to every house location where the security camera sirens are being detected. Now the law has been enacted. If you refuse to do it, if you get 3 tickets, you have a 4-month sentence to normal time prison to communicate that they need to start following the rules again. And that's the law of banning removing shoes when entering a house. Now, let's begin to number 4, which is the rule number 4. Now, we have the 4th law that normal time government has to ban telling normal time citizens that their Apple devices are Samsung devices. They don't care if other normal time citizens have their Samsung devices. Whenever a person, a normal time citizen with an Apple device like iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, and Apple TV, and Apple Vision Pro, and AirPods Max. And we have to review that the normal time government has to communicate with non-normal time citizens to know that they're not allowed to tell normal time citizens that the Apple devices are Samsung devices. If they say that their Apple iPhone is a Samsung Galaxy phone, that counts as breaking the law. If they say that their Apple Watch is a Samsung watch, that counts as breaking the law. If they say that the iPad Apple iPad is a Samsung Galaxy Tab, that count as breaking the law. Now, we also have to confuse that normal time citizens has to be happy by using their own Apple devices because they like Apple fanboys. But once we have to make this law, we have to remind non-normal time citizens that telling normal time citizens that Apple devices are Samsung devices are extremely prohibited by the law. If they do this multiple times, they ended up getting their first ticket. And if they do it 3 tickets, they are sentenced to 4 months in normal time prison. We are also introducing the most wanted people that did actions that count as ruining people's normal time. We're doing this list to the people who break the law and ended up being on the most wanted list for doing actions that count as ruining people's normal time, like using most hated words by normal time and doing most hated song stuffs and the most hated me number that would offend normal time citizens that we're going to mention you later in the video. Now, this law will enact on the same day where we announced the ban of asking normal time citizens about their weekend, asking normal time citizens to turn down their volume, and removing shoes when entering a house. It will occur on May 31st, 2026. On that time, do not ever tell normal time citizens that their Apple devices are Samsung devices. They don't care if all other normal time citizens have their own Samsung devices, Google Pixel or Oppo. Now, this is what we have to communicate with normal time government law and help you to keep normal time citizens safe from having their own normal time. And with that, let's begin to move on to the next law. And that is the law of banning telling normal time citizens that Apple devices are Samsung devices. If you see me there, if you see that this is my Apple Watch, this is not a Samsung watch. It's an Apple Watch that was made by Apple. Now, let's move on to the next law. Law number 5. So, the 5th law we're going to make, the normal time government has to ban phrases that would offend normal time citizens. Here are the list of phrases that are not tolerated by normal time. Take a look for the next 10 seconds. These phrases would offend normal time citizens and would upset normal time citizens every time they use these phrases. And they're getting offended by their phrases and then ended up ruining their normal time and disturbing their own normal time. For this phrase, the phrase number 1 like that, they're getting annoyed with this phrase and they keep using this phrase repeatedly. This is count as annoying normal time citizens and ruining people's normal time. If they ever ruin a normal time, we have to communicate with normal time citizens and other people, to people who have their own normal time. We have to include baby boomers, the millennials, the X and the Z people to know that they have to have their own normal time. Now, what we have to see that on this second phrase, the normal time government has to believe that the second phrase, like that, has to ban this phrase because normal time citizens keep complaining that people keep asking them about their item and they don't want to get in trouble by their teachers. If they tell them what their item was, they will get in trouble by their teacher. This is the reason why we have to ban this phrase, to make normal time citizens happy. So, on that time, you will no longer use these phrases at all, to let normal time citizens continue focusing on their own normal time, version 1 normal time, and version 2 normal time. And the third final phrase is, we have to ban this phrase, because this phrase could offend normal time citizens and then would upset a normal time citizen. If you ever used this phrase before, back in 2025, you must have to communicate with a normal time citizen normal time citizens would say that these phrases like that would annoy normal time citizens and then hurt their own feelings. So, we have to ban 3 of these phrases to keep normal time citizens happy and make normal time citizens have their own normal time without most hated stuffs being existed on that time. Now, this ban of these phrases will start enacting on May 31st, 2026. If you ever break these laws, you're ended up on the most wanted list for doing actions that count as ruining people's normal time. You get 3 tickets, then sentenced to normal time prison. So, you don't use these phrases while normal time version 1 and version 2 is present. Now, that is the law of banning the phrases that offend normal time citizens. And now, let's move on to the 6th law we are going to make. So, here's normal time law number 6. As of this, on November 3rd, 2025, the same day where we announced the song I hated banned worldwide, aka Normal Time's most hated song banned worldwide, ever since they brought the worldwide early 2010 stuffs, that the song I hated was banned on December 31st, 2025. We have also announced the ban of the most hated meme number that would offend normal time citizens. This number would offend normal time citizens because they are ended up getting their own normal time ruined. Normal time citizens keep complaining that that number that count as the era of the meme number that count as using most hated words. So we have to ban this because it count as ruining people's normal time. Starting in 2027, this law will communicate to normal time citizens in order to bring the late 2020s to come. And for this law, the normal time citizens have to remind people that they're going to ban this thing that we have made. So here's the things that you couldn't do while normal time version 2 and 1 are present. For the span of this meme number that we showed you in the video, you're not allowed to say this multiple times because that count as using most hated words. Don't show normal time citizens the movement they hate because the most hated movement that would offend normal time citizens. Also, the normal time government orders people to stop posting videos about most hated things, including most hated words and most hated meme number, starting at midnight on May 31st, 2026. Then on June 1st, 2026, the message of the ban reminding non-normal time citizens that they're banning most hated words, the most hated meme number, and the most hated game on Roblox where normal time citizens are being offended. Then the ban will start occurring on May 31st, 2026 for the temporary, and the ban will officially ban fully on December 31st, 2026, a year later after normal time banned the song I hated worldwide. And along with the ban of the most hated meme number, we have to redo the ban of most hated words since non-normal time citizens did not prepare for most hated words ban for normal time version 2 to come. So, back in January 5th, 2025, the normal time government has banned most hated words in order for normal time version 2 doing stuffs from the late 2010s and the year 2020 to come. And what we've seen that people are not prepared for most hated words ban, because if they're not prepared for most hated words ban, they ended up in normal time prison for 4 months, which was previously 3 months back in 2025. And we have to redo the ban of most hated words since people are not prepared. On this ban starting today, you must have to prepare to redo the most hated words ban, and then from now on, you will have to stop using these phrases like that, stop using most hated words, most hated meme number to normal time citizens from now on. It's a temporary starting on March 21st, 2026, and then it will be a temporary from now on. And then on midnight on December 31st, 2026, the ban of most hated words and most hated me number would be banned from now on. From now on 2027, you must really listen to a normal time citizen and a normal time government. And you're supposed to be preparing for most hated words ban, including the most hated me number that normal time citizens extremely offended with it. Now, starting on May 31st, 2026, the message of the ban will pop up on every social media platforms. Then, on December 31st, 2026, in order for Normal Time version 2 to redo an arrival again, including the filming of our second movie, Normal Time the Movie 2, which we are going to make in 2027 and 2028, we have to ban this in order to redo most hated words ban. So, from 2027, from now on, you will no longer make fun of normal time citizens at school, central cities, and different types of buildings. So, the government wanted normal time citizens to have their better life from having their own normal time. Just peace and quiet time, like most hated song ban worldwide on December 31st, 2025. And that is the ban of the most hated me number, along with the most hated game on Roblox, and the redo of most hated words ban. Because most hated stuffs are not approved by Normal Time version 2, because these stuffs did not exist in the late 2010s and the year 2020 until it came in early of 2023. So, we had to end this production at the end of 2026. So, that is the law we made. Now we move on to the 7th law. So here's law number 7 that we're going to make. The normal time government has to ban skipping school over non-uniform days when they have it at school. So normal time citizens keep complaining that they accidentally skip school during non-uniform day, and keep complaining that they want to redo another non-uniform day another week. Because of this, the normal time government has to be sure that all students from school needs to be here during non-uniform days, because they accidentally took the wrong bus to go to the other direction that were going to have an accident, but accidentally sent them home because they want to invite their friends to do the non-uniform day. And then the students keep complaining to the principal of the school that they accidentally skip school over non-uniform day. If all of the students skip school during non-uniform day, they have to redo non-uniform day another week to make sure that all students from every school needs to do the non-uniform day. The ban of skipping school over non-uniform day will occur on every date where the school will occur a non-uniform day. Now, this is what we have to occur the law to keep normal time citizens happy from having their non-uniform day. And that is the law we made of banning skipping school over non-uniform day. Now, let's move on to the last law that will start affecting on May 31st, 2026. On our final law that we made, the normal time government has to ban giving normal time citizens fake names like David Goggins or Jeffrey Epstein. You know that David Goggins is a motivational speaker and athlete, and Jeffrey Epstein is an American financier and child sex offender that he unfortunately passed away back in 2019. So, we have to make this law to keep normal time citizens happy. Normal time citizens keep complaining that every time they ask them their names to the people who keeps breaking normal time government laws, they give fake names like David Goggins or Jeffrey Epstein. Now, we have to make this law to keep normal time citizens happy. On that time, the non-normal time citizens has to give normal time citizens their real name only instead of just using fake names or fake names like David Goggins or Jeffrey Epstein.
We also have to ban renaming islands that ever existed. You're not allowed to rename every island like Epstein Island because Epstein Island does not exist in the world. They're only islands that ever exist.
Now, the ban will start occurring on May 31st, 2026, along with the ban of asking normal time citizens about their weekend, asking normal time citizens to turn down the volume, removing shoes when entering a house, saying to normal time citizens that Apple devices are Samsung devices, using phrases that offend normal time citizens, using the most hated meme number that would offend normal time citizens along with it. And starting on May 31st, 2026, make sure you give normal time citizens their real name only instead of just David Goggins or Jeffrey Epstein, because normal time citizens are being confused to know the people who they really are. If they search it up on Google, they are the wrong person because they give them a fake name. When they search up another name, it pops up a different person on Google. It's not just the same person, it's just a fake name that they gave to normal time citizens. The ban of this will start enacting on May 31st, 2026. So remember, once again, to keep normal time citizens happy by giving their real names instead of just using fake names. And that's the law of banning giving normal time citizens fake names. Now, let's begin with the developer, the normal time government. These laws like that we have officially made will result a permanent ban. These stuffs like that will be banned permanently in order for normal time to keep safe. We have a $10 million foundation from saving normal time. And in the normal time world, we keep normal time citizens safe from having their normal time. We ban something to keep normal time citizens safe from having their normal time and make normal time citizens happy. So, once again at the beginning of the video, these laws are not silly laws and bad laws. They are just strict laws by normal time. And again, normal time is existed, and normal time is not a game. It's a real and existing thing that ever existed. That normal time government has to be sure that normal time citizens have their own safety that we have officially made. So, at the beginning of this law, at these times, you will no longer do these laws like that. This will count as an action. This will count as an action that count as ruining people's normal time. Except for banning of wearing PE gear during an Apple event, asking normal time citizens about their weekend, asking normal time citizens to turn down the volume, removing shoes when entering a house, and the ones that count as ruining people's normal time for doing actions, like giving normal time citizens fake names, and telling normal time citizens that Apple devices are Samsung devices. And along with this, it was the ban of phrases that offend normal time citizens. Because these stuffs like that will count as an action that ruins people's normal time. The percentage of the behaviors being low, and then ended up being on the most wanted list for various normal time citizen safety. And now, that's all the laws we have officially made. Remember, on that date and time, you will no longer do these stuffs because non-normal time citizens let normal time citizens have their own normal time. And this is what we have great. And let's go and have fun here. Thank you for reminding for this laws that we have made. We hope you to understand that these laws will make changes to affect by normal time government law in order for normal time citizens to keep them happy. And now, we hope you to have fun enjoying your normal time, and we wish you normal time citizens to have a happy normal time. If you want information about the ban that we made, go to the official Normal Time Government app called Normal Time, which is available in App Store and Google Play Store, and then find the information about the ban. If you have incidents, just take a picture of what happened and screenshot it. Will be compatible for the incident. If you send this to the Normal Time Government, it will report that on their staff member of Normal Time Government that they officially break the law. If you want to read more information, follow us by visiting www.normaltimegovernment.com. Thank you for visiting the Normal Time Government. Remember not to break these laws on that date, so let's have fun normal time. Thank you. Goodbye, and have a happy normal time, and remember not to break the laws, and remember not to make normal time citizens unhappy. Thank you.